at our X39 review and testimony. Today, we are really excited to have two leaders in our company. Peter No has been a professional network marketer for a decade. He has built many international businesses, over $1 million in sales annually, multi-million. And we are so blessed that he decided to join this business. About 7 months ago, I said, Peter, what do you know about stem cells? And the rest is history. In addition, we have a special guest, Onyx. Just so you know, she is a top female network marketer in the United States. And we are honored that she found this activating stem cell patch and started to share the journey. And because of that, we are all here. So Peter, with this, tell us, why stem cells?
Thank you so much, Marcy, for that lovely introduction, and thank you everyone for getting on this call today on our. I forgot what day it is today.
Yeah.
10th.
Friday.
Okay. Friday. Oh, Friday. Oh my God, it's Friday. So thank you all. I mean, you could be doing a million things, or maybe not, but thank you. We really appreciate your time. And you know, 7 months ago, when Marcy just came to me and she just asked me, what do you know about stem cells? It really brought to me back the time, because as Marcy said, I've been in the industry for over 10 years, actually in the health technology for over 10 years. I've been in network marketing for over 15 years. So I've had not a lot of success in the beginning, but 10 years ago, I said yes to health technology. So I've been blessed to be in front of a lot of trends, especially in health. Anything that had to do with natural. And about 5 years ago, I've been blessed also to get into the frequency world. And the reason why I'm sharing this story now today is because why am I so excited about this little patch right here? It's because I know what's behind this little patch. It's this patch is, to me, literally the future of how people can regenerate and repair. And I'll say that word over and over and over again, because what in today's times, what tool can we give people to actually give them the ability to regenerate and repair? So, you know, really quick on when Marcy came to me and asked what I knew about stem cells, I know that people had to pay a lot of money for it. I knew that it was very invasive. I knew that the results wasn't really 100%, but rich people that have money can afford to do it because they wanted to find another way how to regenerate and repair. So when she sent me the video and she said, there's a company called LifeWave, and I looked up the company, I knew that it was a 15-year-old company that specializes in frequencies. So they created patches already before, but now 10 years ago, the owner, David Smith, knew that the future was going to be about stem cells, and he put in his own money, millions of dollars, and 10 years of research and development into what we call the first stem cell activation patch. So when Marcy came to me, she introduced this to me. I just tried it. The second day, my eyes just lit up. It was like getting brand new eyes. My dreams were so vivid. My sleep was so deep. And I just started having energy all the time. And I share this with my friends. Fast forward 7 months now, we reached the top of the comp plan. And one of the main reasons when I first joined, though, is when Marcy said that she found the person that was in this business who just so happens to be the top female income money earner in network marketing in the USA. I got excited about that because in my career, I've never had a real mentor or someone to really look up to. And when she mentioned her name, I did a little research too, and I found I found credibility that I always was looking for. So long story short, In the last 7 months, I've learned so much. I've never met so many cool people in my career as in the last 7 months as now. This business has just taken off, and I'm just so excited about it. So, Marcy, I'm gonna pass it back on to you because I want love for you to introduce our guest speaker today.
Absolutely. So we are thrilled. So Dr. Rhonda Donahue about 6 months ago said, "What do you know about stem cells?" And I said, well, I knew that there could be injections, $10,000. They're expensive. That maybe it's maybe from placenta, not your own DNA. And she goes, I found activating stem cell patches. And I said, you got to be kidding me. And she goes, no. She goes, I want us to try it. And I said, well, let's go online and research. And what I found was Onyx coal. And I knew Onyx coal from back in the day, 10 years ago. I started network marketing a decade ago. And I knew that Onyx coal built the biggest Monavie business in history as a woman. And when I saw who was running this show, I told Ron, I said, I said, we are going to call the company and find out her ID. And we are going to enroll with her. And we did. And I wanted a mentor. I wanted a leader. I wanted someone that was fully connected to corporate and to David Schmidt, our CEO. And then a week later, she looked us up in the tree and she called us up and she says, I'm Onyx Cole. I'm coming out to California. I want to meet you all. And that was the beginning of a journey. And I will say that she has trained and educated us and been my biggest advocate and mentor, Peter, and both of ours. She always has our back, and she is the most kindest, loving woman I have ever met. In addition, she knows how to run a rock solid business, and we're all learning. So Onyx Cole, please just let us know your story, what the product's all about, why the business. We just want to hear from you today, and we just want to say thank you for bringing us on this journey. And can you unmute yourself?
Oh, thank you both. And we've only just begun.
Yes. So we're having
I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can. We had a little problem. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead and start.
No problem. No problem. Well, thank you for the sweet words from both of you. And this journey has only just begun. And it's been quite a ride already. And I'm so grateful because I see myself as a light worker. I think so many of you are light workers, and I think it's no mistake that we're all together with this beautiful little frequency patch that uses light. It's magical. So as Marcy was saying, to give you a little bit about me, I'm 53 years old. I live in Key Largo, Florida. I live on 2 acres on the ocean. I built a network marketing business, a juice company, several years ago, and I made every mistake in the book. But I worked my business consistently and persistently. And over the 7 years, I personally enrolled 225 people. During that time, I grew my personal organization to over 400,000 people, which was cool. I earned $17 million, which was amazing. But the really cool thing was I helped more than 50 people within my organization become millionaires. Some of them earned 1, some of them earned 2, some of them earned 4, some of them earned 8. And I think the biggest one was one of my girlfriends from Australia. She earned like $12 to $14 million. So network marketing is real. I will tell you honestly that my whole life, I always ran from network marketing. No, get away from me. I don't want any of that stuff. And I would run. And I finally said yes, and I put my sneakers on and I went to work, and I worked my business consistently and persistently. At the time, I had 3 young children, and I built my business in the nooks and cranny of my overall life. At November of 2012, I sold my business for multiple 7 figures, and I retired. And I have been retired and enjoy retirement. But then this beautiful woman I know from California, her name is Kathy. She called me it was either late July or early August, and I was in Santorini with my 22-year-old enjoying Santorini. And Kathy called and said, Onyx. I said, yes. She said, have you heard of this company called LifeWave? And I said, no. And she's like, well, they're 15 years old. And I said, well, I still never heard of them. She's like, well, I've been wearing this patch, and not for nothing, Onyx, but I already have a testimonial in 4 days. I'm like, really? And she said, yes. And they want me to build, but I'm telling them I'm not building without you, but I'm not telling them your name. I'm like, okay. She's like, so what do you want to do? I said, Kathy, I'm in Santorini right now. I kind of want to enjoy Santorini, but when I get back, I'd be happy to look at it. And so when I got back, Kathy and I got together and we sat and we looked at everything with the gentleman. And I said, great, gentlemen, I like everything I hear. Please send me all your information. So they sent everything to me that night. And I called Kathy the next day and I said, Kathy? And she said, what? And I said, are you in? And she said, why? And I said, because I'm joining. She's like, you are? And I said, I am. So why did I say yes to this business? The truth is I heard a bell and I recognized that I was supposed to be here. When I sold my organization in November of 2012, every CEO you can imagine called me and said, Onyx, we're going to fly you here and we're going to fly you there. And I said, gentlemen, I've been everywhere. I don't need to go anywhere. If you all want to show me something, come to Florida and take me to lunch. That's exactly what they did. So they flew in and they showed me their companies and their comp plans and their products and what was coming. And I ended up with a second education on network marketing, which was beautiful. And you guys will, if you don't know this about me, I have a dyslexic brain. It moves very fast, and it does like Rubik's cubing of businesses, if that makes sense. And so I could see it. It didn't take me long to figure out that LifeWave actually hit 10 out of 10 boxes for me. Most of these companies hit 4 out of 5, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. And I always jokingly say it's kind of like a boyfriend. If they only hit 4 out of 10, it's really not good enough. They need to hit 10 out of 10. So I saw very quickly that what Kathy had brought me was something really special. And then I got a chance to meet David. And I really aligned with David. I aligned with his integrity. I aligned with what he's about. I align with, the way I describe him is a man that's got 1 foot in the scientific world and 1 foot in the spiritual world. And he's really, really jazzed by the science. Like you'll know, because there's like 100 patents here and more than 80 scientific studies, but he's also very, very spiritual. And he is, I've always said he's a man that's getting downloads. So it's no mistake that you're on this call. It's no mistake that you're here now and that we're all here together. So I said yes. I guess it's been 9 months. I thought it was 8, but Marcy's got the track, which is great. And in that time, I've had the most beautiful experience, not just for myself with the product, not just for my children with the product, not just for, my partner, Chris, with the product, but I have met the most beautiful people who have been attracted to this organization. Being that I've built a network marketing business before, this has been different. And the difference is the type of people for me that it's attracting. I would say that 1/3 of my organization is network marketers. I would say 1/3 of my organization are MDs, chiropractors, acupuncturists, that sort of people. And then 1/3 of my organization is spiritual healers and regular people who have no network marketing experience. So it's a really beautiful mix of people who I think have heard a bell and have tried a product that hopefully has made a shift in their lives. Now, for each of you, it's different. One of the things that I talk about when I used to fly around and do meetings is, I would ask people, how many of you are sleeping better? And 3/4 of the room would stand up. And then I would say, okay, how many of you have had a reduction in pain? And 3/4 of the room would stand up. And okay, how many of you have more energy? And 3/4 of the room would stand up. And then I would say, how many of you feel more joy? And all the women would stand up and start yelling, that's me. And I would be like, yeah, you're right. And I've been jokingly saying, imagine a world where all the women are happy. If the women are happy, then the men will be happy. And I can tell you, even though that we're in this strange environment right now where life has not been the same, and an opportunity to assess what we want in our lives and how we want to live our lives and what we want to do and the way that we want to do it. It's been a beautiful time for me. I've really taken advantage of going within, of asking myself those questions, of taking the time to heal the things that need to be healed with me, because when we come out of this, make no mistake, we're going to be in a whole new world. And I, for one, am not bringing my baggage from the old world into my new life. So let's talk a little bit about my testimonial and what's gone on for me. I'm not somebody who has had pain. When I first put the patch on, I put it on just at the back of my neck. Corporate has done more than 80 scientific studies. And when they do a study, they pick a spot in order to put the patch. The two spots that corporate picks are the bottom of the neck and just below the belly button. But the truth is, with X39, any spot will do. And so the power of this patch is you'll put it on, wear it for 12 hours, take it off, throw it away, rest and rejuvenate for 12 hours, and then put a new patch on. Now for myself today, for instance, I have 2 patches on. Yesterday, I think I had 3 patches on. It varies from day to day. You do not need to wear more than one. One patch is more than enough. But for me, these patches have taken on a life of their own. And I wake up in the morning, I say to the patch, where would you like to go today? And wherever it tells me it wants to go is where I put the patch. And so the stem cells will move systemically through your body looking for the weakest link. So for myself, I put the patch on the top of my neck the first night. And what I noticed is that I slept really well and I dreamt crazy dreams, like really vivid dreams. And now it's 9 months later, and I can tell you I'm still sleeping like a baby, having incredibly vivid dreams. It's really, really beautiful. And you know, and I know that if you are dreaming more, that means that you are sleeping deeper. So for me, I know that that's helping me in order to repair. The second thing that I noticed in my world, in my life, was that my hair started growing. And so I had like all this new baby hair growth. I don't know if you guys can see it. Well, now you can see it's been like 7 or 8 inches. Look at all this hair. This is all new hair that's grown since I started with X39. The length of it is incredible. And I've cut it already twice in the, what'd you say, Marcy? It's been 8 months since I've been here? 9 months, 8 months, whatever it's been. I see a 5 from Peter. Is that a 9?
About 8 or 9,
8 months.
somewhere.
Eight
It
or
goes
nine.
so
Okay,
fast, we're having a hard
I
time
know, right?
keeping it straight. It's like, what day are we?
Exactly.
What month are we?
Doesn't matter. We're having fun. We're all together. It's all good.
Doesn't matter.
So that was the next thing that I noticed. And then I have a little age spot right here. That is almost completely gone. And it's shrunk in size, and it's much, much lighter. I have a lymph node that's in the fold of my left leg. It's about that big. It's been there for 15 years. I've tried everything you can imagine to move the lymph node. And I got this idea. I'm going to put the X39 right on it. So that's exactly what I did. I put the patch right on it, 12 hours on, take it off, throw it away, wait 12 hours. After about 7 days, I woke up and that lymph node had cleared like 95%. I started squealing, Chris, come here, come look at this. And he's like, Onyx, what are you squealing about? Today, it's still there. It's very, very small. It's about 1% is still left. So incredible. Then what I noticed is I go get a massage once a week from my massage therapist. I've been doing it now for almost 3 years. And after using the X39 for 3 weeks, I came in and she said, Onyx, what are you doing? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, I've been working on you every week for 3 years, and you are a wiry racehorse. Your body is totally different. What do you mean? And she said, it's more relaxed. I'm able to work on you on a much, much deeper level. I said, ooh, that's really interesting. Then what I noticed is I've had calcium deposits in different places in my body. One of them has been here above the gums, basically, of my teeth, if that makes sense. It's under the gums. The massage therapist, could feel it in my neck, and she could feel them all breaking up. She's like, these calcium deposits are completely breaking up on me. And I said, I know, it's incredible. Look how much I can move my neck now. It's like, woohoo! So I noticed the calcium deposits changed. Then the next thing that I noticed is when I brush my teeth, my gums have been bleeding for a long time. And I've noticed that they're no longer bleeding anymore. Along with all of that, in all this crazy making that's going on, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have absolutely, it's like, whatever, you guys can go do whatever you want to do. I'm living my life over here, and I'm in peace, and I'm in joy, and I'm enjoying this time. And I'm not letting anybody disrupt me or rock my world. I am solid and secure in who I am. And so what I've noticed in the 8 months that I've been here, anecdotally, is that people are retracing, and they're retracing on a physical level, on a spiritual level, and on an emotional level. So what I hear over and over and over again is, Onyx, what's that X39 patch going to do for me? And I tell them the same thing, don't know. The way I'm going to know what it's going to do for you, here, you tell me your experience from wearing the patch. The one thing I would say to all of you is, when you're wearing the X39 patch, please drink more water. All of us are not drinking enough water. And if you happen to be somebody who goes through detox or does a light detox, I didn't detox at all. I'll tell you the one part I did. But if you're drinking water, it allows the body to push whatever toxins are in your body out. For myself, I didn't go through a detox. I didn't have any flu or headache or anything like that. But after being in for maybe 3 weeks, there was a Saturday night that Sierra had come down, my daughter, from Miami to have dinner with us, and Chris and I made dinner. It was like 6:30 on Saturday night. I went outside to the lanai and I fell asleep on the couch out there. And Chris came out there. He's like, Onyx, what are you doing? And I said, I'm done. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, I'm done. I'm going to bed. My body is done. I'm going to bed. And I know that that was my body shutting down so that it could actually heal itself. So what I say to everyone is, trust your body. Your body has a computer that knows exactly what your body needs. I don't know what your body needs, but your body knows what it needs. And the neat thing about this patch, what I've seen, is that it gives your body what it needs to do to heal itself. This patch doesn't cure or heal or mitigate anything, but what it does is give your body the tools that it needs in order to retrace you in your journey of back to health. So that's sort of it in a nutshell. Why this product? Why X39? Marcy was asking me, again, and it's one of my 10 reasons. And so one of the things that I've said is that I like to stand in front of a stampede with a product that everybody wants. And so what does that mean? That means that you want to have something, in my mind, that is unique. It's not something you're going to pick up in a grocery store. You want to have something that's affordable, which $99 a month for a 30-day supply to me is very, very affordable. And you want to have something that is a large market. So Marcy and Peter both started out the call with, what do you know about stem cells? Well, this is what I knew about stem cells. I knew that stem cells today was currently a $200 million a year market, and it was expected to explode in the next 3 years to become 300 billion. Holy moly, right? Now, I was around and aware when CBD was just starting to take off. And I remember talking with one of my girlfriends about it, because today CBD is $512 million. And in 3 years, it's expected to explode to be 22 billion. Big market, but not as big as stem cells. And when the CBD was just starting to take off, I was having conversations with people because I could see there was about to be a big market. But what I could see was it was going to be a consumable market that was going to be everywhere. It was going to be in Coca-Cola. It was going to be in shampoos. It was going to be in tampons. It was going to be at the grocery store. It was going to be everywhere. And that means it's not a market that is something specific, that is something that they have to get from us. So I knew that even though CBD was going to be a big market, it wasn't the right market for me based on what I knew about marketing and about building a network marketing business. So much, I believe, about being a success in a network marketing business is about picking the right company. You have to pick the right company. You have to pick the right timing. And then you want to get into ideally the right organization that you align with and that other people around you will align with. Because the neat thing about network marketing is we go together. We don't go alone. We all latch on and we go there together. So I love that, because in traditional business, most people get ahead by stepping over somebody else. In network marketing, you get ahead by helping other people, by lifting other people up. And for me, I was in total alignment with that when I finally understood. I was just always afraid of network marketing, and I was afraid of something I knew nothing about. At 53 now, I imagine what would have happened if at 22, I would not have been afraid of network marketing, and I would have actually looked at a network marketing opportunity. Now, would I have picked the right one? Would I have understood all those things that I understood today? Maybe, maybe not. But the interesting thing is, I walked past an opportunity because of what other people said to me about the opportunity, rather than exploring it for myself to decide, is this a business model that I personally am in alignment with? And for me, this is the idea and the reality that you're not going to get anywhere in network marketing without lifting other people up is absolutely huge to me. So that's one of the many, 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 many benefits of network marketing.
Wow.
See, I talk a lot.
It's amazing. Well, what I love, Onyx, is that, you know, you talk about what happened to your body. You talked about why you fell in love with the activating patch. And you also talked about why it's such a great business opportunity. And, you know, it's powerful. I will ask, and maybe you already touched on this. Have you touched like how we wear it? Like we talked about that, right? How we put it on and activate it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Yeah.
Take it off, throw it away, let your body rest and rejuvenate, and then put a new patch on 12 hours later. Absolutely.
You know, what I really love about the product itself is that it is frequency based, and when it hits the light of your skin, it activates something called GHK copper peptides in your body. It actually elevates it. And when it does that, it does three really important things to your stem cells. It activates it, it makes more of them, and it makes them younger. So what do I mean by that? Well, to activate your stem cells really means to mobilize it. And Peter always has a really great analogy. He's like, okay, if your child or your grandchild was walking down the street and sprained his ankle, they still have all their stem cells, and they actually go and mobilize to the area. And they're actually something called a pluripotent stem cell. And they turn into whatever cell your body needs to repair. But as you get older, actually by the time you're 30, you've lost about 50% of your stem cell activity. By the time you're 60, you've lost almost all of it. So now, me, I'm 53, grandma, right, walking down the street, sprains their ankle. Their army just gets tired. Their stem cells aren't activated anymore. They don't mobilize. They don't go and repair anymore. And they're not young pluripotent stem cells anymore. So they're not turning into what your body needs. And so what we have found is that we're all repairing differently. As Onyx says, it repairs what you need most. For me, I'm recovering from stage 3 breast cancer, and I've been a really sick girl for about 3 years. And when my girlfriend Rhonda Donahue said, put the patch right below the base of your neck and wear it for 12 hours on to activate, and then wear it 12 hours off to repair, I started doing that. And what I found in the first 2 days is that I had metal coming out of my mouth. I was detoxing chemo. The next 3, 4, 5 days, I didn't notice anything. And day 6, I don't know if you guys have noticed that all of a sudden my skin got really soft, like right there, right on my fingers, my neck. I'm like, why am I so soft? And then by day 10, I called Rhonda because I've had PTSD, emotional issues. I keep thinking that I'm dying of cancer. And I called her and I said, Rhonda, I'm not dying anymore. Like, I know I'm living. This is never coming back. I am emotionally settled. And so for me, it hit my emotional first, where a lot of people, it could hit their physical first. I also have chronic UTIs from bacterial infections that I can't seem to clear. And now it's going and clearing that. I would have an attack that lasted for 9 months. And now my attacks are only lasting for about 5 days, and it's a miracle. And the other fun fact is that it rebuilds your collagen, and your hair gets super long, and your skin starts to glow. Okay, I have to say, I was at a grocery store yesterday buying a bottle of red wine because I can drink wine again. And I had a mask on. And the lady said, I need to ID you because you look so young from here up. And it made my freaking day. It was hard. I had my gloves on to go into the purse and grab everything, but I felt great. So I would love to hear a few more testimonies. Bob, see, if you're there, I want to let everybody know about how you don't have to sleep so much anymore. Can you give us a quick testimony? I'm going to unmute you, Bob. Are you there? I love your testimony.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you very much, guys. Well, my testimony is this. I put the patch on, and first of all, let me tell you that I have not slept, or I've needed to actually take a nap every day for the last 6 to 8 months. I'm in my 71st year, and I didn't want to take a nap. I had to take a nap. I couldn't go any further. So the first day I put the patch on, I don't notice anything. Second day, don't notice anything. Third day, don't notice anything. But my son pointed out to me that I did not take a nap that day. And I thought, by golly, he's right. The fourth day, I didn't take a nap, but the energy came. And the energy I have helps me to not have to tell my grandson, Grandpa's tired, he can't play. Grandpa can now go outside and play ball as long all afternoon or all evening or whatever it takes. I can now do that. To get back with my family and get to be able to do the things I've missed is amazing. And I forgot about this, and I thought about it last night, and I mentioned it, but my mental clarity is incredibly, I'm aware, and everything, colors are brighter. The day is nicer. It's almost that joy thing that you women experience. So I tell you, it has been just a miracle for me.
Thank you, Bob. He's basically not sleeping 10 hours, 12 hours anymore. He doesn't need his naps. He's like, has all his energy back. And, that's what being useful is all about. Peter, can you unmute yourself? I would really love to have Suzanne and Bridget give us our testimony. And before that, I just have to tell Suzanne, thank you. Suzanne is a professional network marketer. She's built a lot of big businesses. She has decided to join our business just recently. And she already has become a mentor for me. And I don't even know if she knows that yet, but she has given me some really nice tips and advice just today. And I am so in gratitude for this woman. So Suzanne and Bridget, tell us, why are you coming into this business now? Let me unmute you, Bridget.
Suzanne first and Bridget's next.
Okay.
Actually, we'll let Bridget go first, and then we'll have Suzanne go next.
Okay, and I've unmuted Bridget. Go ahead, Bridget.
Hello.
Hi.
First of all, thank you, Peter, for helping me get signed up on the diamond today.
Anytime.
You're so smart and so helpful. Well, this is my 5th day on the patch. We got into this because we trust Dr. John Harmon, who contacted us about it. He's known us and taken care of my husband and I for a while. And mostly my husband, he lives in a lot of pain. He's had back surgeries, multiple back surgery. He has knee problems. He can't live without Celebrex, or he just has terrible nerve pain. And he doesn't sleep very well at night. He's up several times a night. He never gets REM sleep. He goes to bed about 7 o'clock every night. Well, after about 3 days on the patch, he realized, he said, you know what, I haven't taken a Celebrex for 2 days, which for us is a miracle.
Wow.
He was able to watch a movie till 10 o'clock and go to bed, and he slept all night. And to us, that really is a miracle. For myself, I have so much energy. In fact, I've been up since 2 o'clock this morning because my cat wanted me to get up and watch her eat. She's fun like that. but I'm not at all tired. I've always taken a nap, and I haven't taken a nap for 4 days. I've been in the food industry. I've been a server for 48 years. I retired last year. And the other night, or the other morning, I woke up, it was 7:15. I'm always up between 3:30 and 4 a.m. So, and this is just day 5.
That's amazing. What a testimony, Bridget, in 5 days.
Yes.
The way we like to say this, gift the patch, let the patch do the work, because it does. And
It's
that's
really
what's really
simple.
happening. It's simple. And that's why from a business, we're in momentum, because we just gift and then the patch works. So Peter, what is Suzanne going to be able to come on and say hello?
Yes. Yes. Let me introduce Suzanne. And I think I won't, because I'll be keeping sound off. Suzanne, I'm gonna pass it to you. Suzanne, can you hear?
Okay, I sure can. Just 1 second, I'm starting my video.
So Peter, you might need to move a little further away from Suzanne, possibly, so we don't have an echo. Are we okay there? Suzanne, are you able to unmute yourself? Oh, there you are. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
You sound great.
Wonderful. And you look 100% more beautiful than ever.
I appreciate it. This is Suzanne. She's a professional network marketer. And other than Onyx, I have a feeling she's going to be my next mentor. So thank you so much for coming into this business. We're going to learn a lot from you.
Well, thank you. I'm sure that it will be equally appreciated on this end as well. So let me tell you our story. I have been involved in wellness and holistic since I've been a little girl. I was raised in an Amish community outside of Philadelphia with my grandparents. And we've always been a person who has just loved the natural. We have a large family, so I'm the matriarch of a large family. We have 6 children and 22 grandchildren. So that is, and for those who listen to me, they stay healthy and well, and most of them do. Peter and I have known each other for a long time, and he's told me about the patches for several months, but I've been busy with our wellness centers. We have 2 wellness centers in Huntington Beach, and I've been busy taking care of them. But I tried the patch when, after a knee injury, I had tried all of my modalities, and then still was not successful. I put the patch on, and within minutes, I absolutely could feel the warmth and the difference. And within 2 days of wearing the patch, I wore 2 patches on my knee area and 1 on my neck, the X39 on my neck. I was walking at my 5 miles a day without pain. And I said, I'm in. Let's do this. I've got a lot of people to share this with. And so I'm so excited to be part of the group. And with this testimony, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you, Suzanne. And thank you so much. We're so excited to have you in this business with us. Peter, let me go ahead and bring it back to you. It's 1:39. Why don't you let people know how they can get the patch retail or wholesale, and about our 30-day money back guarantee?
So, Marcy,
Yes, Onyx.
before you do that, can I talk a little bit about the space that we're in right now and the opportunity that's standing in front of everybody, and then give it to Peter?
Absolutely.
Okay. I think thank you. It's been a beautiful call. I want to remind everybody that this patch does not heal or mitigate or cure anything. The only thing in that patch is organic crystals, and it's a light frequency. It's your body that's doing the work, which is beautiful. The testimonials today have been just like everything I've seen. It's just been life-changing, and it's just such a joy to be with each and every one of you. I think you all know that we're in a global reset right now, and we're going to come out on the other side in a whole new space and a whole new world. And each one of you that chooses to say yes, either to use the patch as a customer for yourself, that's terrific, or whether you want to build the business. What I want you all to know is that you have a power in your hand to be able to make a difference in the world, to be able to do good in the world. And with this little patch, you have the chance to bless people with health, and you also have a chance to bless people with wealth. And it is, I think I heard a stat last night that said 91% of Americans are concerned about their economic future. And so even though we're in a global reset, excuse me, I would encourage all of you, do not shy away from approaching people and recognizing that you have something that can help them. This time, just like any other time, is your time. You decide. And so I'm encouraging each and every one of you to go out and to build a business now in this environment, both in terms of better health and in terms of better wealth. Because if you come across somebody who's not sure where their income's going to be in 3 months, you've got an answer for them today. If they don't take any steps today, in 3 months from now, they're going to be in a worse position than they are today. So they're better off to get started today in building something that will then help them stabilize in 3 months. Okay, so now I'll be quiet and get back to Peter.
And you know, the one thing I really appreciate about Onyx and you know, being in the industries, because, well, when I came in and I asked Onyx, how do you build this? How do you build this? You know, what are the numbers? Because I'm a numbers guy, right? She's like, Peter, there is no numbers. I'm your roadmap. I'm just going to roadmap you. So everybody here too, you know, because we're all coming into this business. I know we're in business, meaning helping other people for their lives to become better. There is a financial part attached to it, but I do believe every single person here did not come into this business more as a financial gain, but really how to really be out there and just share something. And before I get into how to get started, you know, where in today's real times, can you own a business? And I'm going to use the magic word, the magic number is $5. It's $5 a day. Where can you have a business for $5 a day where you don't have to get your own website, manage a whole accounting team, manage a whole customer service team, managing a whole support team, doing the selling, the distributing for you, the shipping for you in over 100 countries? Where can you do this all in the comfort of your own home, with your own phone, by just saying yes to $5 a day for your own health and take control of that now? This in today's times, I really believe it's a more than essential. And where can you buy Onyx as your business partner for $5 a day? That's priceless, right? So so to get started with us, literally just say yes to your health. This is $149 plus tax and shipping as a retail customer. You can get this at wholesale for $99. Then to join us as a business, we only have 5 different packages, anywhere from a bronze package, which is $125, to a diamond package, which is $15.99. We recommend everyone come in with a silver package. For 90 days, you get this at wholesale. You get 90 days worth to absorb yourself, share it out. And if you get results, and if you see your friends, your neighbor, your mom, your dad, your loved ones getting results, then we can always talk about the business and show you how to roadmap you, okay, for your future. Customers do get a full 90-day guarantee, and distributors do get a full 30-day back guarantee. But I can tell you, nobody returns these, okay? It just works. Nobody returns this. And again, you can start with us. We already have a turnkey system for you. We do this every day. We share this patch every day. And the secret really to this business is what we've learned from Onyx, and it's really called 3 and 3. And especially now, it makes a lot more sense because we're spending breakfast, lunch, and dinner at home every day. Can you share this with 3 people? Can you make 3 phone calls Can you mail out 3 patches to 3 different people every day? Yes, we can. Can you call them 2-3 days later and follow up and ask them how you're doing? Yes, you can. And can everybody here today more than ever get on webinars like this? Just use technology and leverage it. Just bring on 1 person a day, 1 person out of those 3 people. Just like how Dr. John brought on Bridget today. We got to meet her for the first time. That is exactly following this business. There is no more skills. It's just join a community, see everybody's beautiful face get younger every day, every week, and let's just help the economy move, okay? The economy needs us. Our people need us. People need their health back, okay? This is a true health and wealth program, but let's go out there and share this patch. And I'm so excited. And thank you all for getting on this call today with us. And I hope you learned something, okay? And share this information with everybody you know. Marcy, I'm gonna pass it back on to you to close it out, and love you all.
Okay, so I just want to just reiterate what Peter says, because he's marvelous, which is get with the person who brought you here today and say, hey, I'd like to buy this retail for $149. You can also go to their website and just click buy. But we recommend wholesale. Pick your pack. We like the silver pack, which is a good 90-day supply. 3 sleeves, get it to you at $99 a sleeve. And then you are in the business and you can share it. Isn't that amazing? Or you can just have it wholesale and enjoy it for yourself. Either way is great. There is, once again, a 30-day money back guarantee on that. So on day 25, if you don't want any more of your product, send it back and get a full refund. We love that this company supports our product in that way. The owner and CEO of the company, David Schmidt, is generous. If you decide, hey, like Peter and I did, we want the diamond pack because we want the 19 sleeves. We want to share it. We want to gift it. For $1,600, you get 19 sleeves. It gets it down to $84 a sleeve. And you are active for 3 months to do the business. And in the compensation plan, you make a little more money. But here's the great thing. Get in where you're comfortable, because in this company, there is no pressure. You just upgrade when you're ready. I actually got in at a silver. And when Peter was ready to buy a diamond, I just upgraded before him. And then I made a little extra money. And we use these little gifting envelopes, and it's so simple. Basically, it just tells you how the patch works. And we basically got that script from guess who? Onyx Cole. And then we just have our labels. And basically, when Peter says mail out 3 a day, we just mail these out. We follow up and we invite to Zoom. And we all got diamond packs, so we had enough patches to gift. And if you want to do that, get with the person who brought you here and say, I want a silver pack or a diamond pack, or you can go to their website and just click join. So with that, we are a gifting business, and we have gifted to this beautiful business. Thank you so much for coming today. We will be recording this. We will put the recording on WhatsApp and on our Facebook page. And we do have a training tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time with Peter No and myself. And he will be going over the details of the compensation plan, how you make the money, and how it looks on the back office. So, and we will record that because I know a lot of you want that recording. So with that, thank you so much for coming today. Onyx, thank you for sharing your wisdom. Peter, Bridget, Suzanne, Bob, thank you all for sharing. We love you all. This community is awesome. Goodbye now.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Love you all. Goodbye.
Bye, ladies. Bye, ladies. Bye,
Ooh,
Onyx.
so
Bye.
incredible professionals here to share their story about the technology of X39 and how they are using the technology in their practice today. So we're just going to go straight into it. Again, my name is Peter No, and we're so excited to introduce to us our first speaker. And I'd like to bring on Savvy Vargas. Really quick, I've got to know Savvy for many years before in our previous company. We had he connected with me about 3 months ago, maybe a little bit less than 3 months ago. And we can just say the rest is history, because I found out his number one why as he's joining this business with this technology is he wanted to introduce it and get it to every holistic naturopath doctor, okay, in America. And I think he's done his job already in the last 90 days. So Savvy, can you come on and let me introduce who Savvy is? He's an actual personal trainer with 4 different certifications, a massage therapist, and specializes in detoxification and tissue regeneration. He's also an entrepreneur in the real estate industry, and he's also a networkpreneur in the network marketing industry. And he'll just share with you his quick story of how he came in and what did he see here. So Savvy, are you here, and can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I am unmuted, Peter. Peter, can you believe what has happened in 10 weeks? The day that I reached out to you to this day, it's like a blur. It's just a blur. I don't even eat or sleep. I'm like a ninja. All I do is work, right? So Peter is exactly right. I have a vision. I guess the word would be compassion. I am the type of person that I can't really stand to see anybody suffering or going through anything that they should not be going through, because we have so many healers around the world now. Healers that I would consider healers are naturopaths, chiropractors, people like that. There's no reason for suffering. So I come from a position of compassion, and the feeling that I get from this particular team is everybody else is the same way. All right. So there is a business, but compassion comes first. So over the 20 years that I've been working in the Valley, I have had a pretty good influence on people with my clients, but my circle is a small circle, right? So I can help hundreds of people. But these doctors that are on the call today, out of all the doctors that I've worked with in the Valley, these guys are like my heroes. These guys can reach thousands of people. I'm at hundreds, they're at thousands. And the goal here is to help as many people as we can, right? So Dr. Herman, I've known for probably 16 years. Dr. Karlfeld also about 16 years. Dr. Schmelin about 5 years. So all of my clients, my family and myself, I would send to these guys, okay? These are the guys that we go to. That said, COVID came about and we had the lockdown, right? And so during that time is really when Peter and I connected. And I was interested in anything that's the latest and greatest for healing. So along comes stem cell activation patches. I know about stem cells. I've looked into them for myself and clients. And I remembered that Dr. Harmon had hurt his knee and had like a knee surgery because his daughter worked at the co-op and I knew her. And so I said, you know, I'm going to reach out to Dr. Harmon about the stem cell activation patches. And of course, with Peter and I, it took me about 5 minutes and I joined up. Dr. Harmon, I said to Dr. Harmon, what do you know about stem cell activation patches? And he's like, get out of the way. I know a lot. I'm signing up too. I sign up in 5, he signs up in 2 minutes. And so I'm thinking, okay. The key word here now is leverage, right? I want to help thousands of people. If you have Dr. Harmon as your first guy, he's the bulldozer. I call him the bulldozer. He doesn't take no for an answer, and neither do I. But Dr. Harmon works with Dr. Karlfeld. Are you kidding me? So do I have a Trojan horse into Karlfeld? Yes, I do. Dr. Karlfeldt, he's good friends with Dr. Schmelin. Look, it doesn't get any better than this, okay? And so in 10 weeks, all right, my life is a blur. In 10 weeks, 538 people in this group over here in Idaho, 18 doctors, 18 doctors. And these three are like heroes. These guys are healers. So with that said, let's think about the clinical experience between these guys. It's got to be 80 years. Hands-on, working with people. How many people can we help now through these guys? Thousands. So with that said, it's like a little dream that I'm living. And I want to introduce Dr. Harmon, who was the first guy that I enrolled. And 10 weeks later, I can't even keep up. Like I said, I don't sleep anymore and I don't eat. I'm a ninja. Okay, Dr. Harmon, take over.
Well, thank you for that introduction. I appreciate that. We have a doctor's call today, and there are probably a lot of doctors on the line. So I'm going to address you, healthcare providers, today, and because I know the mindset, and I feel like we've developed a system where all of those fears that you might have, it's a network marketing, how am I going to implement that into my practice? We have that all out of the way. So before I do that, I do want to confirm what Savvy said. I literally saw the big picture as soon as he told me what it was. And so we got to work. And the shutdown, the quarantine was no respecter of income, business person. Everybody was shut down. We were shut down for 2 months. And I want to tell you, doctors, it looks really smart to have a second gig going on. Surgeons who are out of their, who could not work for elective surgery, orthopedic surgeons, you think it would have been pretty good for them to have a side gig? I think you're right. And so I saw that and I said, you know what? I'm 65 years old. I don't have a side gig. I have this clinic. And so we went to work, and yeah, we got a lot of people, but you know what? All we did is follow the system. The system really, truly works. And so doctors who are on this call, I know one of the first things you're thinking about when somebody introduces you to something new, whether it's a therapy machine, a product, you're thinking, how am I going to implement this both ethically and time-wise? How am I going to talk to people about it? And the great thing is also, you also have ethics, and so you don't want to just randomly recommend something that really truly isn't pertinent or important for them in their health. So if you can imagine, you don't say anything during your visit. They came in for something else. You don't want to hijack them with some new product, particularly a network marketing product, because we all have a little bit of those preconceived ideas about that. So at the end of your visit, this is what you do. You say, by the way, as you're walking out of the door, by the way, Susie, what do you know about stem cells? And they answer, and you say, go see Sally out front. She has some free samples of some stem cell activation patches. Doctor, that took you 10 to 20 seconds.
10 seconds.
Your staff takes over. We have it down to a science. Your staff takes over. They have some patches in an envelope. They explain to those people how to apply them, what they do. If you do that, you will have an avalanche of patients coming in and wanting to get on auto ship or become part of your team. Because here's the other thing. A lot of them were laid off. I don't know if it's 30 million or 60 million. I don't watch the news anymore. I don't know how many people lost their jobs for a while, but they need some extra income, and you need to help their health. There's nothing that is more to the core of health than stem cells. You can honestly feel good about recommending them to every single patient because the aging process marches on without any respect to person or age. It goes on. And so stem cells can become anything. So they can potentially help anything. So doctor, when your patients come to you, they are going to benefit by using this X39 patch. That's my contribution to this, is that we developed a way for doctors to get out of the way with preconceived ideas about network marketing or how am I going to implement this, and we have it down to a science. We can train your staff for you so that you don't have to take the time away from seeing those patients that you care so much about. We are attracting a group of people who have big hearts, and sometimes, I mean, you can probably relate to this, doctors. You would give it away for free if you could. Your staff has to tell you, stop giving stuff away for free, doctor. You have to charge these people. I heard that so many times. So we can help you do that. That's my contribution for the day. That's all I got about that. I want to introduce you to the main events. There's two of them coming up. The main events. I have so much respect for Dr. Michael Karlfeldt. We've become very good friends over the last 4 years since I've been inside of their clinic. But he is owner of the Karlfeldt Center. He happens to be a descendant of one of the kings of Sweden. Sorry, Michael, I had to get that in. King Gustav. The Karlfeldt Center is one of the premier integrative health centers in Idaho. He is a sought-after lecturer, presenter. He's a writer. He's an educator. He also has the popular TV show called True.Health on Prime, Amazon Prime. You can find that, True.Health. He is also the host of a radio talk show called Health Made Radio and Podcast. His previous show, the Dr. Michael Show, and this is when I was in competition with him. I got tired of patients coming in and saying, did you hear about the Dr. Michael Show? He told this and did this and said this, and I'm doing some of the same things he was doing. So we're not in competition. We're great friends now. His show aired over 100 episodes on local channels. So, Dr. Michael Karlfeldt, my good friend, are you there?
I'm here. It's such a pleasure to hang with such cool people like you guys. It's my pleasure.
Well, I wanted you to, first of all, I know you had a personal experience. Could you tell us what happened and what motivated you to actually say yes to the stem cell activation patches?
Well, one of the things is that I've been in stem cell research and done stem cell therapy for quite some time, and it's something that I'm very aware of the benefits of. And anytime I bring anything that is quite new and different, I always want to try it on my wife, just because she's the perfect guinea pig. That's how loving and caring I am. So the issue, I mean, she's been dealing with an autoimmune condition. Before I met her, she has a condition called polyarteritis nodosa, which in essence, if not treated, it is she will die after a few years. So she came to me and she was in a pretty bad spot. You know, she wasn't able to really hold on to a toothbrush. She was in severe pain, not able to really walk well and wiggle toes and so forth. So she's come through a lot. She's come a far way, and we've done a lot of different therapies, and she's still dealing with pain. There's certain issues, certain areas that she really needs help, and so I put these patches on, these stem cell activation patches on, just to kind of see what works, because she's a fast responder. You know, if you put it on somebody like me that already feel good, I may not feel that much, but she's a fast responder. And her pain went away, and she felt great with those with the stem cell patches. Her mind cleared up. You know, when she gets in that much pain, her brain gets really foggy. It's hard for her, you know, because it gets so consumed trying to process the pain. but it just cleared up, and she felt great. So that was the X39 patches, and then also we tried the pain patches as well. And she had a spot that needed a little extra help, and it just cleared it right up. In fact, she was doing so well with the pain patches that we were walking around, all over town, and she came home and her feet were swollen and beaten up because we'd been walking so much, and because she hadn't felt pain. So it's really incredible what they do.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'd heard bits and pieces of that, but it's good to hear the full story. So, Dr. Carfeld, could you? I know that Dr. Smith does the stem cell injections in the office. Could you kind of compare and contrast stem cell injections with the stem cell activation patches, the X39?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, stem cell injections, you can then, you inject in a group of stem cells into the location wherever it is, if you're looking at a joint or some ligament tissue, or we even do intravenously if you have somebody dealing with like MS or systematic pain all over where you need that strong regeneration. And obviously that is pretty expensive. What is cool with the patches is that in addition to being extremely affordable, they work very, very fast. I mean, we put them on and people start to respond quite quickly. So you see that immediate response, and what it does is that it really turns on that production. So you may not be introducing stem cells into the body, but you have a lot of these what's called mesenchymal stem cells, and they kind of hang out along actually the outer lining of blood vessels, and they're just kind of hanging out, sleeping there. And it helps to activate these patches or activate these stem cells, and then also turn on the production of more of these stem cells, so you can really and they tend to gravitate towards the location of inflammation. So wherever you have then tissue damage or where you need repair, the way the body signals that is with inflammation. So these patches will then support in the production of these stem cells and activate the sleeping one, and then also the inflammatory process will drive them to the location where they're needed. So it's been really cool to see the impact on people so far.
Thank you very much. Could you also give a couple of examples of some of your patients? Because we know the X39 works, and the ways that it does so is so far-reaching, and there's such a variety of things. Can you give us a couple of examples, Dr. Carlfeld?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we have one gentleman, for instance, he's dealing with severe Parkinson's, and a little disclaimer is that when we get with these products and we fall in love with the products, we become we try to find people that are sick everywhere and we want to cure them. And the key is that reality is that we want to just support the body's own healing mechanism, and that's the amazing thing with these patches. So to kind of try to hunt down people with diseases all the time, that's not always the solution. You always want to you want to look at the preventative aspect as well. If you address things before it happens, that's even better. But here we have then a gentleman that's pretty severe off. He's in wheelchair. Cannot speak very clearly. Cannot not a lot of motility in his hands. So the Parkinson's fairly far gone. And the patches just right after using the patch, is able to communicate. You have a clear look. He's able to, he has stronger arms, better arm strength. Also, when he stands up out of his wheelchair, he's more sure-footed. So these are changes that we are seeing. And with stem cells, obviously, things happen over time. It's not like you take a pharmaceutical and you're creating an immediate change because it's symptom management. Here you're doing repair, so that takes a longer period of time. So he had a tremendous result in that way. And then also in regards to the sleep patch, you have patients that have not been able to sleep at all, and we've tried all different things, and melatonin, valerian, GABA, 5-HTP, you name it. They tried it, and the sleep patch really just kind of changed the night for them, and that is so huge, because that impacts the rest of their day, how they function the rest of the day, with energy, and also their tissue repair while they're sleeping. Also for weight loss, it's huge. That's when you lose weight while you're sleeping. So that has been quite dramatic. Pain patch, had patients with severe headaches. You put that on and it disappears in just a couple of minutes. I've had one of our staff members, extreme pain, and a couple of minutes it was gone. So it is, that's kind of the rewarding part of these patches, is that there's such a quick response. Doesn't mean that it always happens, but it happens quite frequently, and not meaning that they don't work because you don't get a quick response. It just does it more than other things, which is really cool.
Thank you so much, Dr. Karlfeld. On behalf of the 6 pages of people who have tuned in today, I just want to thank you. Our relationship there in the office, it has been so good for so long, and it's just really fun to be working with you in this side gig. Everybody, I'm sure everybody got a lot out of what you said, and I appreciate that. And I know you have a patient. We know we scheduled this just kind of in between, so we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And now I'd like to introduce you to another naturopathic physician who is located in a city right next to Meridian, Idaho, where we are, which is right next to Boise. And my first experience with Dr. Paul Schmillen, and I apologize for spelling your name wrong, Dr. Schmillen. I put S-C-H-M-E, and it's not that. That's on me. When I first went in to talk to him after Savvy had talked to him, here's a guy who wanted to rule out the placebo effect with these patches. He just got the patches, and with his patients, he didn't tell them anything. He didn't say what it was for. He didn't put it in any particular, in the normal spots that we are taught, but he's very knowledgeable about radionics and acupuncture. So he knew the person's specific problem, and you'll have to tell it correctly if I'm telling it wrong in just a minute, Dr. Schmillen. He just put a patch on him and didn't say anything. He just wear this, and he told him for 24 hours because he didn't know it was 12 on, 12 off. And I'll let him tell the story, but this is a doctor who has been studying and learning from some of the world's greatest teachers, and he does a really broad spectrum form of healthcare there in Nampa, and since 2001. So I would like to have everybody do the jazz hands for Dr. Paul Schmillen. Dr. Schmillen, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, great. Correct me on anything I got wrong. You didn't give me much to go on your bio, so why don't you just take a minute and tell us a little bit more, and if I got it wrong, correct me.
Well, no, you pretty much got it right. I like to keep things pretty simple and keep it nice and, I guess, simple. When I first heard about the patches, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a placebo effect, just because when someone says, oh, it takes away pain, and they're like, well, my pain might be down a little bit. So the first patch I actually put on a patient was an elderly lady that had pretty severe neck and shoulder pain. and she would have to get a chiropractic adjustment every couple of weeks to every month just to maintain the pain. But she would live in just chronic all the time pain. So we put it pretty much one on the right carotid artery. And I was like, just leave it on there for a little bit. And she asked me what it does. And I was like, I have no idea yet. So we're going to find out. And the next day she called me up and she's like, hey, how much are those patches? Because I want them. And I'm like, well, I'll find out and I'll tell you. And so she came in and she bought 3. So that's pretty much how it started with that. And I have a lot of other ones. I don't know how much time you wanted me to.
Could you tell us about, 2 or 3 of your patients and what their results have been?
Sure.
Okay.
So that one was probably the first one. Right after that one, I was working with a gentleman, chronic headaches, chronic sleep problems. I had him put it on the thalamus, so pretty much tip of the clavicle where they connect down, it's a thalamus marker point. And I had him do it only in the middle of the night, so sleep on it. And on the 3rd patch, his REM cycling started to change. He was able to fall asleep at around 9 o'clock, and then he would wake up about 5 o'clock, which he was never able to go to sleep until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And he was like that for years. So just changing the rhythm was able, just by hormone induction, it was able to keep that sleep cycling starting to normalize.
Wow.
Another case I had a lady that another placebo. I keep I like doing that. It's fun. Another placebo case I wanted to take on. She was having chronic headaches, chronic migraines, and we put it on the right carotid, and within about 20 to 30 minutes, the pain doubled or tripled. And she called back and she's like, man, those horrible migraine. I had to take, I'm going to take some medicine. And I was like, no, I want you to take it off and put it on the left carotid. And put it on the left carotid. And she said within about 1 minute, the pain went completely gone. Wow. So the shunt effect of fluid is definitely impressive. So I really like that. I'll tell you an experience I had with myself.
Yes, please do.
All right. So since it got nice and warm, we kicked on our sprinklers, and my main sprinkler valve broke. So I have 6 leads out there, 6 valves. It's an 1.5-inch pipe going to the valves, and it cracked in half. So I was digging it up and started to replace it and shoving it with my left hand. And all of a sudden I felt my bicep tendon roll off with a nice little snap, and some super awesome burning and nerve tingling, nerve pain, and went in the house and I was like, man, dang, that's going to hurt for a while. And so I put a patch on the bicep tendon, and then I put a patch on the backside on the rotator cuff. Within about an hour, the pain was down about 30%. And in about 4 hours, I had full motion. So if anyone has ever pushed the bicep tendon off, it's usually it's a 3-week deal.
Yeah, it is.
And I've done it multiple times, so I know it's not very fun.
Wow, Dr. Schmelin, you just hit on a variety of things there that every healthcare provider is going to see sometime. And if you have quick answers like that, it really is helpful for people, and they know that you're not trying to string them out or something and keep them coming back for something. We want answers. We want to get right to the crux of the problem. Well, thank you so much for getting on the call, Dr. Schmelin. If you need any help from us? It doesn't sound like you do. We helped you one time and then you took off, and we see that you're kind of on your own now, but don't hesitate to call us if you need anything. I wanted to stick one more thing to any doctors who are on this call, or any doctors who will see the recording of it. If you kind of put your doctor hat away for just a minute and look at the human side of this, or the deep conviction that you have as a healthcare provider, but also as a person, you will see that the stem cell activation patch can help any patient, and that you shouldn't hesitate at all in recommending to anybody, because they can pretty much help anyone. And the other thing is that there is a system in place, and all you have to do is follow it. Peter, is there anything else that you would like me to touch on?
Yes, Dr. Harmon, can you explain to our viewers in your way, how does this patch work, and how do you work?
I try to keep it really simple, and everyone should, because people will get discouraged if you use big words, and they'll say, well, they'll make a judgment on doing this business because they don't think they can say those big words. So just keep it really simple. And this is how I always say it. There's a really smart guy. If you say his name, it's gonna be, just keep it really simple. There's a really smart guy who started a company, and he figured out if you combine some organic crystals, some amino acids, and some salts into a little patch, and you put that patch on the body, the infrared heat from the body builds up in the patch until it reaches a state where it actually gives off a frequency of light into your body. That light is like turning on the light switch for a little factory that used to be really active when we were kids, and it makes a substance that signals your body to make and release more stem cells. And so you get this all day long release of your own stem cells into your body, not something that's coming from the patch. It's not a transdermal patch. It's just light that goes into your body, triggers your body to do a lot of good things. One of those is making your own new stem cells. What do stem cells do? Stem cells can morph into any type of cell that they need to be. They're going to be attracted to the most inflamed part of your body. So, Mrs. Smith, if you have joint pain that's caused by inflammation, that's caused by your inability to detox your body because your liver's sick, they're probably going to go to your liver first, and you might not notice a huge shift in your pain right off. If you don't, we have another patch that's called a pain patch that we can help you with, but you got to give your body time to heal itself so you can detox, so you're not inflamed, so your joint pain will go away. And that's a pretty good way of explaining to people in advance why they might not get something that's measurable, like my pain went away, or I can bend my knee now, or something like that. Just know, Mrs. Smith, that the stem cells are working, but sometimes they don't go exactly where we think they might, but they are working. Peter, is there anything else?
Last question for you, Dr. Harmon.
Okay.
Where do you see this technology going for yourself, your group, the people that you're bringing on, the doctors, between you and Savi? I know that there's a mission behind this. So can you share with our viewers, where do you feel your vision going?
There is, and Savi and I have had discussions about this, as I have with, the head nurse at the Carlfeld Center. Dr. Carlfeld's head nurse is a rising star in this too. We've had some discussions. If you think about the ability of stem cells to fix our bodies, the aging process marches on day after day after day. When somebody is asking me, well, do I have to just keep using them? I want to say, Are you freaking kidding me? If you can counteract what's happening with the aging process, wouldn't you want to? As far as me and my family, I'm going to use them the rest of my life because, go back to my statement, the aging process marches on. You're either going to age or you're going to do something that's anti-aging. There's nothing that goes more to the core of fixing that part, the aging process, than stem cells. So think about that in the context of Medicare costs. If somebody can fix their pancreas or their liver, then they don't have chronic care for diabetes or liver failure or some. Now, can we make promises about doing that? No, but we can say, let's just keep it healthy and not worry about trying to take care of a diseased organ. So I see it as a way to decrease everybody's costs with Medicare. I mean, I'm on Medicare. We have great insurance without that, so I don't use it. But a lot of people don't, and those costs keep going up. Well, who pays for that? We do, the taxpayer. We pay for that. So that's where I see it going. I can tell you what, if you have any fear, if you have any trepidation of approaching any healthcare provider or any large company that you think would be able to incorporate these in, they're going to thank you. Why would you have fear about approaching someone who's going to thank you for what you did? Dr. Rostenberg, I don't know if you're on here. He was in my clinic when he first got out of school. He sent me a text last night and he said, I just got my in-laws signed up as a silver. And I said, wow, that's a big step. And he said, I truly believe that these patches can help everybody with their health, and I want my family to be healthy. Those were his exact words. Yesterday, I had a Zoom call with my cousin who was on here doing his testimonial. We had a Zoom call with a functional medicine doctor in California. He almost, his email, it was almost like he was consumed. He listed out all of the disease people came in with yesterday, and he said, my mind was going, I know that these patches can help every single one of those. So these doctors that you approach, the doctors who are on this call, they are going to thank you because their circle of influence grows exponentially, not just with their patients, but the people who then start to share these. So it's a big worldwide view of health where this is going, Peter.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Harmon. This has been an incredible interview. Thank you, Dr. Carfeld, Dr. Schmelin, Savi Vargas. I really believe all our viewers today got in more depth of really understanding our technology, understanding how the doctors can really leverage and apply this. And I really believe we are in front of a whole revolution of a technology that can truly help people in the most effective and cost-effective way. As we all can see how much the cost of how much health costs today. So I really want to thank you for all your time. You've all been amazing. And Marcy, I want to pass it back on to you if you have anything to close with. An incredible interview today.
My goodness, I learned so much. The only thing I want to add is how you wear the patch. This is what it looks like. It comes in a pack like this. It's X39 because it took our owner, David Schmidt, 39 times to find just the right light wave that elevates and activates your own stem cells naturally. So you can wear it right below the back of your neck or underneath your belly button, or any spot will do. After listening to Dr. Schmelin on our last call, I started wearing mine on the carotid arteries and my glutathion's right there. So I kind of have a V now and it's awesome. So you wear it for 12 hours on to activate and 12 hours off to repair. So after you activate it for 12 hours, you just throw it away and then you let your body repair. And then you put another one on like the next day. You can wear it either 12 hours during the day or 12 hours during the night. It doesn't matter. And you can wear more than one patch. I actually wear two now because I've had a lot of health issues. The key is that it must come off every 12 hours. Remember, as Dr. Harmon said, this is light therapy. It's actually called photobiomodulation. And just like a light, you must turn it on and off for the stem cell activation to activate. And what David Schmidt said, our owner and our inventor, he says, when you activate your own young pluripotent stem cells again, and you put those young stem cells on old tissue, you turn the tissue young again. He says, we are not anti-aging, we are age reversal. And that's why Dr. Harmon and his whole family will be wearing this the rest of their lives. So with that, Peter, why don't you let everyone know how they can get those patches?
Thank you so much, Marcy. And everyone, you can get the patches. If you love what you just heard, you can get them as a customer at $149 at a retail cost. Or we don't want you to pay retail, just get it at $99 at a wholesale cost, which everyone is getting onto as a customer. And if you see the value, if you love it, if you're sharing it with your friends and family, or you just want to be like these doctors and just go out and help everyone, just like everyone here, come in with one of our 5 business package. Okay, our favorite one is called the silver package, which comes with 3 sleeves at a wholesale cost at $299. And if you love it so much, if you want to get a bigger picture of a lot more products, if you want to take a benefit of getting at a lower cost, come in with our diamond pack. It's $1,600. It comes with 19 of X39s plus a 2-month of your business paid for and a higher commission structure. Either way, just say yes to the stem cell X39 activation patches. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I hope you got a lot of value. This has been an incredible interview today. I know you felt the hearts of these doctors, and every single one of us here, we are here to really patch the unconsciousness of the world, okay? Just see the power of this. This is all the credibility behind it, and the company really, really is here to now take over and be the forefront of health technology. Thank you, everyone, for coming. This recording will be ready very soon. We have a training coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope everybody shows up, and enjoy your Friday. TGIF, we love you all. Thank you, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Savvy. Thank you, Dr. Harmon. Thank you, Dr. Schmellen. Thank you, Dr. I missed one. Carfeld. Everybody was wonderful.
Bye-bye.
Bye.